One prominent theory suggesting why governments might cover up evidence of extraterrestrial life revolves around the potential for widespread societal panic and disruption. Proponents argue that revealing the existence of aliens could shatter long-held religious beliefs, leading to a crisis of faith among billions who view humanity as uniquely created or central to the universe. This could result in mass hysteria, economic instability as markets react to paradigm-shifting news, and even breakdowns in social order as people grapple with their place in a suddenly expanded cosmos. Historical precedents like the 1938 War of the Worlds radio broadcast that allegedly caused public alarm are often cited as evidence that governments fear similar reactions on a global scale. In this view, officials prioritize stability, opting to classify information to allow gradual societal preparation rather than abrupt disclosure. Such a cover-up would involve coordinated efforts across intelligence agencies to debunk sightings, discredit witnesses, and control media narratives, ensuring that any leaks are dismissed as hoaxes or misidentifications. While skeptics counter that modern societies are more resilient and informed, thanks to science fiction and space exploration, conspiracy theorists maintain that the risk of chaos justifies secrecy, pointing to declassified documents hinting at government concerns over public reactions to unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. This theory extends to international implications, where revealing aliens might exacerbate geopolitical tensions if one nation is perceived to have advanced knowledge or alliances with extraterrestrials. Another rationale for a governmental alien cover-up ties into national security and military superiority, positing that captured alien technology could provide unparalleled advantages in warfare and defense. Advocates of this idea claim that since events like the 1947 Roswell incident, governments, particularly the US, have been reverse engineering extraterrestrial craft to develop stealth aircraft, advanced propulsion systems, and energy weapons. By keeping this secret, officials prevent adversaries from accessing similar tech, maintaining a strategic edge in global power dynamics. This secrecy would involve black budget programs, compartmentalized information, and non-disclosure agreements enforced on military personnel and scientists. Whistleblowers like David Grush have alleged the existence of such crash retrieval operations, suggesting that biologics and craft are hidden in secure facilities to avoid espionage or international demands for sharing. Skeptics, however, argue that if such technology existed, it would inevitably leak or be deployed visibly, and official reports from bodies like the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, consistently deny evidence of extraterrestrials, attributing UAPs to mundane explanations like drones or balloons. Nonetheless, theorists speculate that cover-ups persist to protect intellectual property derived from aliens, potentially revolutionizing energy sources and rendering fossil fuels obsolete, which could upend global economies tied to oil. Economic motivations form a third pillar in theories about government alien cover-ups, with claims that disclosure would destabilize financial systems reliant on current paradigms. If aliens possess superior technology for unlimited energy or resource extraction, industries like oil, gas, and mining could collapse overnight, leading to massive job losses, stock market crashes, and shifts in wealth distribution. Governments, allegedly influenced by powerful corporations, might suppress evidence to preserve these sectors and avoid the need for rapid, costly transitions to new technologies. This theory often links to broader conspiracies involving the military-industrial complex, where defense contractors benefit from ongoing secrecy to fund black projects without public scrutiny. Historical examples, such as the suppression of alternative energy inventions, are invoked to support this, suggesting a pattern of protecting vested interests. On the flip side, detractors point out that governments have invested billions in space exploration and SETI programs, which would be counterproductive if aliens were already known. Moreover, economic incentives could actually favor disclosure for new markets in alien-derived tech. Yet, in conspiracy lore, the fear of empowering the public with free energy or advanced medicine, potentially ending scarcity, drives elites to maintain control through deception. A fourth explanation delves into psychological and cultural control, theorizing that governments cover up aliens to preserve humanity's self-image and prevent existential despair. Acknowledging superior beings could undermine anthropocentric views, leading to widespread nihilism, increased suicide rates, or a loss of motivation in societal pursuits like innovation and exploration. By classifying UAP encounters and discrediting experiencers, Authorities allegedly maintain a narrative of human exceptionalism, fostering patriotism and unity under national banners, rather than a diluted cosmic identity. This ties into religious institutions' influence, where leaders might lobby for secrecy to avoid doctrinal upheavals, as seen in Vatican statements on extraterrestrial life that carefully navigate theology. Skeptical analyses, however, reveal that public opinion polls show growing acceptance of alien life, with many viewing it positively, and no evidence supports claims of orchestrated psychological manipulation. Conspiracy enthusiasts counter with references to Project Blue Book and other investigations that concluded without disclosure, interpreting them as deliberate efforts to gaslight the populace and sustain a controlled worldview. Geopolitical alliances and treaties with extraterrestrials represent a more outlandish yet persistent theory for government cover-ups. Some claim that since the 1950s, world leaders have engaged in secret pacts with alien species, exchanging technology for resources like cattle or human subjects for experimentation, as in cattle mutilation lore. Covering this up prevents public outrage over ethical violations and avoids demands for accountability from international bodies. Figures like Bob Lazar have popularized ideas of hidden bases like Area 51 housing alien craft and beings, with governments denying access to protect these agreements. This narrative often includes elements of a breakaway civilization where elite groups benefit from alien knowledge. Official denials, such as those from the Pentagon, emphasize no evidence of such contacts, and skeptics highlight the lack of verifiable proof, attributing stories to misinformation or psychological phenomena. Still, theorists argue that sporadic disclosures, like the 2021 UAP report, are controlled leaks to gauge public reaction without revealing the full extent of interstellar diplomacy. The use of alien cover stories to conceal advanced human technology is a skeptical twist on cover-up theories, suggesting governments promote UFO myths to distract from classified military programs. During the Cold War, for instance, sightings of experimental aircraft like the U-2 or stealth bombers were misattributed to aliens, allowing plausible deniability while testing secret tech. This disinformation strategy, allegedly employed by agencies like the CIA, plants false narratives to mislead adversaries and the public, protecting innovations in aerospace and surveillance. Recent revelations indicate the Pentagon has fueled UFO legends to hide drone programs or hypersonic weapons. While this inverts traditional conspiracy thinking, it still implies a cover-up of human ingenuity rather than aliens maintaining operational security. Critics of pure alien theories embrace this, noting that most UAPs resolve to prosaic explanations upon investigation, underscoring how governments exploit credulity for strategic gains. Religious and philosophical implications provide another layer, with theories positing that governments hide aliens to avoid challenging dominant faiths that could lead to institutional collapse. If extraterrestrials exist, questions about divine creation, salvation, and morality might erode the authority of organized religions, prompting social unrest or shifts toward new spiritual paradigms. Officials, potentially influenced by religious lobbies, might classify evidence to preserve cultural cohesion. This echoes historical suppressions like Galileo's heliocentrism, where power structures resisted paradigm shifts. However, modern religious leaders, including those from NASA-affiliated programs, have expressed openness to alien life as part of creation. Skeptics argue that disclosure would enrich rather than destroy faith, and the absence of evidence negates the need for cover-ups, viewing such theories as projections of human anxieties onto cosmic scales. Bureaucratic inertia and the fear of incompetence exposure also fuel cover-up speculations, where governments hide aliens not out of malice, but to avoid admitting failures in detection or response. If UAPs represent advanced threats or visitors that evaded radar and defenses, revealing them could highlight vulnerabilities, eroding public trust in military and intelligence efficacy. This embarrassment theory suggests classifications stem from a desire to project omnipotence, with incremental disclosures used to manage narratives. Whistleblower accounts often describe compartmentalization that keeps even high officials in the dark, perpetuating secrecy through habit. Official reports deny extraterrestrial links, attributing phenomena to sensor errors or foreign tech. Yet, theorists see this as deflection, arguing that admitting ignorance to aliens would invite scrutiny of budgets and priorities, preferring silence over vulnerability. Environmental and resource-based motives appear in some theories, claiming aliens' presence involves warnings or interventions on climate change, overpopulation, or nuclear risks. which governments suppress to continue exploitative policies. Disclosure might force global cooperation on sustainability, threatening industries and sovereignty. This aligns with abduction narratives emphasizing ecological messages, interpreted as suppressed, to maintain status quo power structures. Skeptics dismiss this as anthropomorphic projection with no empirical support, and governments actively address environmental issues publicly. Nonetheless, the theory persists in fringe circles, linking UFOs to anti-nuclear activism and cover-ups to perpetuate resource wars. Finally, the evolution of cover-up theories into cultural phenomena suggests governments might not actively hide aliens, but allow myths to flourish for psychological operations or distraction. By neither confirming nor fully debunking, officials keep the public engaged in speculation, diverting attention from real issues like inequality or surveillance. This managed ambiguity benefits intelligence by testing disinformation tactics. Surveys show belief in cover-ups outpaces belief in aliens themselves, highlighting how narratives self-perpetuate. Skeptical views emphasize the lack of hard evidence, urging critical thinking over conspiracy, while acknowledging that transparency in UAP investigations could dispel myths, though bureaucratic resistance lingers.